So we wanted to take a deeper look at where those remaining doses are and why you may not be getting your vaccines. Now, according to the CDC, about 22 million doses have now been distributed, but only about 30% of those shots are actually getting into folks' arms. It's a different story depending on where you live. Now, states on the screen in the darker brown color have the highest rate of vaccinating people. The states in the lighter color are not as successful. Health officials in West Virginia, South Dakota, and North Dakota, some of the smaller states, are delivering the most doses, around 4,000 vaccinations per every 10,000 people. Georgia, for example, has vaccinated just over 1,000 people for every 10,000. Mississippi and Alabama also falling in the bottom three. Tonight, we're hearing from governors about the steps they are taking to ramp up vaccination efforts. NewsNation correspondent Nancy Liu live for us in Los Angeles with this story. Nancy.
And Rob, California Governor Gavin Newsom and other state leaders have been quite vocal about the less than warp speed delivery of vaccines from the federal government. Local delivery programs have now become more coordinated, but the supply and demand ratio remains way out of whack. While COVID vaccinations are well underway across America, the rate has not been fast enough to make a significant difference. Based on CDC numbers, first shots have only gone into the arms of less than 2% of the U.S. population. Many governors remain frustrated by very limited vaccine deliveries.
This is a problem that's happening in states all across the country. None of us are happy with the way that this is being executed.
Vaccination coordination was left up to the states, so there's frustration even after delivery. Some have tapped the National Guard, including Oregon.
On the vaccine front, we're making steady progress toward achieving our goal of 12,000 vaccines administered per day. This is an all-hands-on-deck effort.
To speed up vaccinations in Georgia, Governor Brian Kemp has signed an executive order allowing EMTs and cardiac technicians to also administer shots.
This important action, growing the number of people who can vaccinate by more than 10,000, takes us one step further to our ultimate goal of growing the number of people who can be vaccinated.
In Texas today, Governor Greg Abbott was among those to get a first shot, and he hopes to sway people who are reluctant to do the same.
I want to show my fellow Texans that it's safe and easy to get the vaccine, and also remembering that I will never ask any Texan to do something that I'm not willing to do myself.
However, distribution is still a major hurdle.
I had hoped to see an increase in the number of vaccines delivered to us from the federal government.
Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker and other Midwestern governors sent a joint letter to federal health officials to demand the immediate release of the reserve stockpile. President-elect Joe Biden has announced plans to do that.
If the states are forwarded all of the vaccine, we can then increase the number of people getting their first vaccine, but the trade-off is we don't have that guaranteed supply when they come due for their second vaccine.
For now, local health departments continue to be overwhelmed by demand with very limited vaccine to offer.
I'm really frustrated. We get 100 doses a week for the 80-plus population. Once the governor makes an announcement, our phones just explode. Folks can't get through to us, and our emails explode.
In his budget speech today, Governor Newsom announced that $372 million would be set aside to expedite the delivery of vaccinations here in California. Live in L.A., Nancy Liu, NewsNation.